Greg, hi. It's so nice to meet you. I'm a huge fan of so much of your work. Just to kick things right off, I love the premise of Upload. It's so fascinating to me. I was wondering if you could choose your own afterlife, like if you had the opportunity to choose any virtual heaven, location, time period, what have you, where would you choose to spend eternity?
Well, that's a really good one. There's a terrific book called, I think it's called, Time and Again, maybe. And in it, this guy goes back to turn of the century New York, and he made it seem so great, going around on sleighs through the winter and stuff like that. And when I think about the place that I maybe have the most desire to spend eternity in, I think it would be Central Park in New York City, some version of that. What time period? I don't know. I don't know whether, and I assume you wouldn't need antibiotics. So that opens up a whole lot of, a lot of time periods. But I think I would kind of go backwards.
You would think that for eternity too, you could just maybe start at the very earliest one and just wait your way through it. You know what I mean? I don't know,
Cool. That's a really cool idea. Yeah. You start in caveman times and you just kind of progress
just hang around.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of cool technology on the show that seems like it's not that far off from being a reality. Some of it's scary. Some of it's really cool. What's one piece of technology on Upload that you wish was a real thing right now?
Well, I wouldn't mind a really good high quality food printer. I think that would be fun. I love the idea that you could just follow the Twitter feed of a chef and they could tweet a recipe and you could plug it in and then you'd have it like a microwave, but it would be printed food for you. So that, I think that has potential. And when I came up with that, it was just sort of a fanciful, imaginative extension of a 3D printer. But now I see that there actually are printing steaks out of, look it up. It's real now. So that's one of the cool things about doing the show is you sort of, you try to do like a little comic exaggeration of what exists, and then it catches up to you.
That actually kind of leads me into my next question. By the way, for me, it would be massage walls. Ever since I saw massage, I was like, oh, who doesn't want massage walls? But because there's so much inventive technology, like, do those ideas come from the writers in the script, or do those ideas come later on in pre-production?
Well, it's sometimes a combination. Prop masters often have access to cool things, but we do a lot of research before writing a season, and we do research into consumer products that are premiering in the Consumer Electronics Show, or articles about researchers that have come up with something, and the show is set 15 years in the future, right? So the idea is that most of the technology is stuff that either exists in a lab somewhere or could exist right now. And the imagination is, how would it be applied widely to everybody? What's it like when drones are everywhere? What's it like when, you can print food or clothing or stuff like that?
So you've written for so many iconic things over the years. I mean, SNL, The Simpsons, The Office, King of the Hill. I could just go on and on and on. I'm such a big fan. Is there anything in particular that seemed the most daunting to you as a writer?
Oh, well, that's interesting. Not that I necessarily should be sharing this, but what's daunting a little bit is writing a romance of two people meeting in a situation when I've been married for 30 years. So I haven't dated in such a long time. So it's a little bit, it's lucky that it's set in the future, because I really have no idea what people are going to do on a date is in 2022. So, so I set it in 2034, and nobody can say, what? Nobody goes there. Nobody goes to that club. Nobody listens to that music. I said it.
I know, right? I'm only like 3 years off the scene, and I have no idea what's happening anymore. Like, even Tinder, people are like, nobody uses Tinder anymore. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's for me to put it in a science fiction world where I can't get called on inaccuracies.
Awesome. Oh, Greg, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. I'm a big fan of the show. I really enjoy it. Thank you very much.
I'm glad you liked season 2. Cool.
Oh my gosh, guys, the cliffhanger. You guys have messed me up. It's
Wait, season 1 or season 2?
Season two. The
yeah.
I don't want to spoil anything, but it's just so like I was like, oh well, you can't in there. Just let's just jump right into it. So I love the premise of Upload so much. The idea that one day you could choose your own afterlife. So if either of you had the opportunity to choose any virtual heaven, be it like location or time period, whatever, where would each of you want to spend eternity?
Ooh, I think I'd want to be in like the 70s with Jimi Hendrix. You know, we can just jam out, Woodstock, just that whole vibe, and just living our best lives, creating amazing music and just being free.
Now, hold on a second. You're picking your afterlife. You're also picking the people you get to hang out with. Why is Jimi Hendrix hanging out with you?
Well, you know what? It's your eternity. So
you know what? Knowing you'd probably actually get to hang out with Jimi Hendrix.
Yes,
most people, it's
absolutely.
A pipe dream. You're like jamming with them. I'm like, yeah, cool. I want to play golf with Tiger Woods. It's not happening. You get to jam with Jimi Hendrix.
Don't limit yourself, Robbie. Don't do that. You can achieve anything you put your mind to.
It's my afterlife. Sure. Okay. I'm playing Augusta with Tiger over and over and over again. And my dad can come.
There you go.
That's really nice of you, Robbie. Just to invite your dad.
Yeah.
Well, so I guess there's a lot of cool technology on the show that seems like it's really not that far off from reality. Some of it's like real scary, and then some of it's like could be very beneficial. What's the one piece of technology on Upload that you guys wish was a real thing right now?
I really like the memory parlor. It would just be cool to be able to like watch back your favorite moments, and probably not your least favorite, but you never know.
Yeah, but you can maybe like learn from that as well, you know, like going back and check some of that stuff out. I don't know. There's definitely memories I wouldn't.
I don't think you want to watch it back.
I think I'd like the ability to walk on water and just, you know, just go. And whenever I'm like at a beach or on vacation, because I get scared of like the ocean sometimes. And so it'd just be nice to be like, I'm just going to step off this boat real quick and I'm cool. I don't have to like fall in. I can if I choose to, but let me just check it out. Let me just, you know, what's it like to just step on the ocean for a little bit? I don't know.
Yeah. For me, I think I'd have to go with massage walls. After I saw that, I was like, why is that not a real thing? That's a thing we definitely should do.
Because the second your massage wall breaks down, you got to break the wall down to fix it.
That's true. That's true. Last question. I don't know, you know, there's so much VR involved with the show. Have you guys ever played any games in VR on the Oculus? And if so, do you have a favorite game?
Beat Saber.
Yes. Beat Saber is so good. I love Beat Saber. I downloaded the Imagine Dragons pack, and I replayed that with my girlfriend over and over.
So sore every time.
It's a great workout.
There's a game, I don't know what I'm blanking on the name, but it's kind of like makes you feel like you're John Wick. You're moving straight the entire time, and you have to shoot people as they come in. It's called Pistol Whip.
I haven't played that one yet.
It's amazing. It is totally addicting. The music it's a workout. The music's unreal. Pistol Whip. Awesome. Go for it.
Okay, I'm going to try it out. Guys, I want to get out of here now, but you guys were awesome on the show, and I'm a big fan, and I really loved it, and can't wait to see season 3.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it.
First off, I got to say, Allegra, this is your fault for about 3 days. Anytime I see a toilet, I've been shouting, "You're a toilet."
Man, it's wow. That is I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry. And yeah, boy, that is a fun invention, isn't it? For a toilet to know more information about your health than you do is it's a little scary.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I've had a lot of fun shouting it at every toilet that I come across. So I love the premise of Upload, the idea that you could one day choose your own afterlife. So if either of you had the opportunity to choose any virtual heaven, like location, time period, what have you, where would each of you want to spend eternity?
Oh, gosh. It's so funny. It's comes up and I want my imagination to do better than it does. But I feel like maybe I'd want to live in a favorite movie of mine. For example, that would be That Thing You Do or Singing in the Rain. Either of those movies, I would just want to upload into that and feel like I get to be a part of it. I'm sure I'd get sick of it after, I don't know, a week. but yeah, to live in another film, that would be fun.
I like that answer. What about you, Owen?
Maybe, okay, it would be Marvel. It would be Disney would create, it'd be Marvel and Star Wars, and it would be epic. And I would be Iron Man / Luke Skywalker. I'd be all of them. And it would just be like in this bowl of hero. And it would be perfect. And that would be my fantasy.
Note to self, Owen wants to be God in his eternity.
Yes.
That would be great.
So piggybacking off of that question, if you're going to go into a film like That Thing You Do, or you're going to be Marvel Star Wars combo, after assuming you hug all your loved ones and you get that out of the way, what's the first batshit crazy thing you're going to do in your heaven?
I think, this is a very common answer. I'd probably fly, but I'd do it, if it were Singing in the Rain, for example, it would be over the Gotta Dance set with all of the neon Times Square lights, and it'd be raining, and I'd have tap shoes on. I don't know. It'd be that sounds now like Birdman. It's basically Birdman.
It sounds lovely. I really enjoy your eternity.
Thank you. Owen, what would you do?
What about you, Owen?
The first thing I would do, I would recreate the Shakira J-Lo halftime show, and I would do both of them, and it would be amazing. And that is my answer. That's the perfect answer because I love J-Lo.
Yeah, just have the Beatles come on stage with you.
Yes, exactly. We have the Beatles come on stage, and I'll just be, and then everyone would be like, no Beatles. Oh, and J-Lo. And then I would go, oh, come on, they're the Beatles. And everyone would be like, no, but we want her. Okay, that's dumb. No, yes. I would actually playing with the Beatles. I might have to change to that. That might be the best thing ever. I don't know how you top that.
Right. There's cool things that you could conceivably do. Circling back to the toilet that can, read your urine and stuff. There's a lot of cool technology on the show that seems like it's not that far off from reality, right? So some of it's scary, but then some of it's really useful. What's one piece of technology on Upload that you wish was a real thing right now?
Well, this one's coming. This one is, they've already done a test ride of this in the last couple years, actually, and that's the Hyperloop, which is the super speed train that could take you from New York to LA in 4 hours. And I'm legitimately excited about that, having been someone who's lived on both coasts and knows the headache that flying and jet lag and all of that. I mean, just it sounds super practical. And if it was safe, no one wants a high speed crash. Sounds like a great way to just take a nap and, chill out, relax.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Owen?
Well, first, I would like to say, circling back to the toilet is my favorite thing anyone has said in any of these. I love that as a phrase. Any technology? I mean, I'd want the sex suit here. Look, I'll say it before, I'll say it again. I want that freaking sex suit built. I mean, I'm counting down the days. That thing would be the best. That'd be the best. It's great for any occasion, for Easter, for Christmas,
any holiday,
Halloween. Yes. That's a terrific idea.
I hope that comes true for you one day.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris.
Chris, can you don't encourage him, please?
I'm going to get out of here. I gotta go. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to talk with me. You're both amazing. I love the show. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, guys. Big fan of the show. I'm excited to talk to you. So just jumping right in, I love the premise of Upload that you could one day choose your own afterlife. So if you each had the opportunity to choose any virtual heaven, like location, time period, whatever, where would each of you want to spend eternity?
Okay, so my eternity is like rotating, and let me tell you why. Because I feel like I was supposed to be like a person in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like the fashion and the music and like all of that type of stuff. But there were still like certain things happening. It was like it's a lot of inequality. A lot of like it's a bit more like racism and sexism, and so that doesn't work for me. So I would have to like my eternity would have to like travel through, different time periods.
Okay, with adjusted social politics, like and race relations. Is that what you're talking about? Like you want like the 19th century might interest you, but we're gonna have to do some tweaks. Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Just program it right out.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
What about you, Kevin?
I'd probably say, I could give like just a bullshit nostalgia answer that's just going to make me sound like a total geek, but it would probably be the Ghostbusters firehouse. Just like that. That is like I just like that environment. That would be my avatar like setup. Like as a kid, that was like the coolest to me. Like to live in something that I basically like used to play in as a kid.
Dude, I don't want to get off on a huge tangent, but we just had the Ivan Reitman news, a couple of days ago, and I got to talk to him in a Ghostbusters uniform like 2 months ago. For Ghostbusters Afterlife, it was wild, man. Dream come true. I'm right there with you. I'm like,
yeah, it would be something like that.
So I love that answer. I think that would be great.
The nostalgia aspect, that's what I love about the show too. It has that like ours is kind of like it shows how terrible that kind of just nostalgia can be, like the memory parlor and all that stuff, and just kind of how this abundance of like controlled, glossed over, homogenized afterlife it can be, which is really interesting, I think. But I would maybe fall for it hook, line, and sinker if it had the right nostalgia.
So piggybacking off that question, then now that you've kind of picked like the 70s and you've picked the Ghostbusters firehouse, so assuming you get all the hugs from your loved ones out of the way, like what's the first crazy thing that you're gonna do in like your heaven? I know it's got to be the fire pole, right? You're just going to slide.
I think that's it. I mean, I'm sorry. I know mine's easier. But Zainab's is probably, like, I guess, meet President Lincoln or something, like with whatever time period she's going around in. For me, it's probably, just like probably introduce myself to Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd.
In the 70s, it's just got to be like do a line of Coke and not worry about dying. So
yeah.
I was actually going to say something a bit more perverted. I would go and
you're having sex with Lincoln? Is that what you're going to say?
No, I wouldn't have sex with Lincoln, but I would have dinner definitely with like every cool guy in history.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then finally I would just sit with like a cigarette and tell my story. Set up the cameras.
Nah, dude, you prefaced it with something perverted. You're having sex with famous people. Don't even deny it. That's exactly what this is. This is your Westworld. That's what this is. You're just treating it like Westworld.
Guys, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. I'm a big fan of the show and the second season in general. It's great. So you guys were awesome. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris. Awesome, man.